Well, I think honestly, I think he won't because they'll have stronger arguments from other people. My 5 finalists for this are going to be Lamar Jackson, Sam Darnold, Saquon Barkley, Bo Scarborough, and Mason Rudolph. Those are my 5 finalists, in my opinion. Crap. So I think it's going to be really difficult to find a spot for him.
I don't know. I could definitely see him being in a top 10 consideration, depending on the numbers he puts up.
Yeah, I mean...
Because if this kid goes bananas on this offensive line that is basically the whole unit coming together and him having 1,500 yards last season, now you're giving him another year of experience?
I mean, it depends. I honestly think it'd have to be like 2,000 all-purpose yards and like 25 total touchdowns for him to... Which is crazy
if
that
you
say
think about
that.
those numbers and he's not a finalist, that'd be outrageous.
It would be.
Because, I'm sorry, there's no way that Barkley gets to 2,000 yards and 25 touchdowns.
No.
It's just, the schedule that they play, no way. No way.
Let's see.
Not to mention the other amount of talent that's on there. Northwestern has to rely on him.
Saquon Barkley got to all-purpose yards, 1,900 with 22 touchdowns last year.
Yeah, I'm not talking about his all-purpose yards.
Oh, I am. I mean 2,000 all-purpose.
Okay, well, that's irrelevant because Justin Jackson is more likely to get 2,000 on the ground than he is to get it with receiving.
Right.
I mean, he got 219 yards receiving last year.
Right.
He's not an out-of-the-back catcher.
No, he's not. Which I think is one of the things that hurts him. He's not multidimensional.
True, but I also think that that's part of the system at Northwestern.
Right, probably. So let's go through the breakdown. The good, he's shifty. One of the most underrated things that like no one seems to talk about, he holds the ball well. I'm not afraid of him fumbling. When seeing him run, I'm not afraid he's going to fumble.
Good ball protection.
He's always
Very
looking
for a man.
Mm-hmm. He's Come on.
All men. Except for
Lonzo.
You give me the literal low-hanging fruit, then I'm going to take it.
Oh, man.
Yay, puns.
He's always looking upfield. Keeps his feet moving. He's patient. He's good at finding holes, and he's hard to tackle. Remember, what's his name?
I just like how you skipped over the one right before that really fast so there could be no pun made. The point you made right before that one, you definitely like hopscotched over that.
not on purpose because I had a point to make and now the guy's name is escaping me. Remember when we did the Pac-12 we were talking about the running back from Colorado? Mm-hmm. He's like an upgraded him.
Lindsay or something?
Yes.
Or something like that?
Yeah, Lindsay.
He's a good runner, but he stops moving his feet and looks for contact, is I think what we were saying about him.
Right. Now, the bad for him, for Jackson, he's not super fast. Even though he's looking upfield, his hips are not always facing the end zone. And that's bad. You want to be, if you have to get to the outside, you don't want to turn around. You want to be going sideways until you find your exit and then go.
Right.
Which he sees there's nothing there, does like almost a full turnaround and swings out. Which, if you're LaMichael James, works. If you're Justin Jackson, it doesn't. Mm-hmm. But he is very good. Like I said, I even have written here.
He'll be a next-level player.
Probably the best running back nobody's talking about.
Yeah. Oh, I 100% agree with that statement. Absolutely. He's the most overlooked back in the country right now.
Also, Rashad Penny, same thing. Rashad Penny at San Diego State. I'm telling you, this kid is going to be crazy. He put up really good numbers behind the all-time leading rusher in college football history.
He breaks his ankle week 1.
If he does, that's unfortunate.
If he does, I'm moving to Vegas.
You might as well.
So we're going to skip over the person that I had next. And we'll go to the Penn State guys. We'll save your Ohio State guy for last.
That seems fitting for you.
Trace McSorley. 2015.
McSourly?
Yeah. 185 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, backing up Christian Hackenberg. I'm pretty sure...
He should have been starting.
I'm pretty sure that game...
Yeah, me too.
Pretty sure that game was against Northwestern. I'm pretty sure I remember watching it, and it was Northwestern, I think. And then 2016, quite different. 3,614 passing yards, 29 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. Very good stats. Mm-hmm. Very good stats.
Yes, very promising.
He'll be in the Heisman talk for a while.
58%.
Gonna depend on the line.
I can't see him overshadowing Barkley on that team.
That's why I say for a while.
He was also sacked 23 times last year.
He was, and the offensive line's a problem.
Yeah,
well, it's
developing. If it takes that step, then he could be very, very good, and put Penn State on top. But if
he reminds me a lot of Baker Mayfield,
that step, then
he's a lot better than Hackenberg.
Yeah, big improvement there.
Yep.
Probably worth a second rounder.
I don't know because
he shows it this year.
He's somewhere between. Well, not between. He's got a little bit of Baker Mayfield, just the always looking upfield, wanting to throw real far, and Johnny Manziel, I never know what I'm going to do, so you won't know what I'm doing either.
Translated really
it's a guess for me, so it's a guess for you.
Guess I'm throwing. But
oh man, I was gonna make a terrible joke. I'm glad I didn't say anything.
Yeah, but anyways, the good about him, he's mobile, but he's throw first mentality. He steps into his throws really well. He's got good field vision. If you watched the Rose Bowl and the Big Ten championship game, he was able to find the open guy on every play. He's accurate on the run, which is something that a lot of college quarterbacks are trying to get to these days, but aren't. He sells play fakes really well. He gives 100% effort all the time, which I hate saying this because everyone should give 100% effort all the time.
No, but they don't. So it's okay to say when you see someone that does go above and beyond.
Right. He's tough, and he makes very quick reads, and usually makes smart decisions. Those are the goods. The bad, he relies on the deep ball way too much. That's what killed him.
That's what gets him those sacks.
Right. That's what lost the Rose Bowl. And that's the next point. He is directly responsible for losing 2 games. The Rose Bowl against USC and the game against Pitt. If he doesn't have this crazy vendetta in his head about, they almost intercepted the ball I was throwing, I'm going to get them this time.
Yeah.
Then
takes it personal.
Right. And then he goes back to the same play. Same play to the same person. And in both instances, it got intercepted. And in the Pitt game, it was an interception in the end zone as they were driving to win, which they didn't need because they would have won on a field goal.
Right.
Against USC.
Yeah, you play cautious there. You don't.
Well, no, you don't play cautious. You just don't play reckless.
Right.
Hitting Mike Gesicki, the tight end, on a little out route. Why not do that? Have him get out of bounds. Yeah, you have Saquon Barkley.
There's no reason to throw into great coverage.
It's crazy. He tries to force throws, which is also the directly responsible throwing those interceptions. He went to the same play with tight end Mike Gesicki in the Rose Bowl 3 straight times. Twice almost intercepted. Third time it was intercepted. And that led to the USC field goal for the win. So there's that. And then he's too confident. He thinks he's going to make every throw perfect every time. And that's a problem. Because confidence is good, overconfident is bad.
Right.
Anything more you want to say about Trace McSorley?
No.
Okay. Saquon Barkley, who I think is the legitimate contender to Lamar Jackson's Heisman.
Not going to happen.
I think Lamar Jackson's still going to win it. I think he's going to win it again.
It's hard to unseat a guy who's already won it. That being said, Barkley is a freaking animal. And to be honest, I kind of hope he goes to the Giants because we need him.
So let's just break down his numbers quick because we don't have much time left. 2015, he went for 1,076 yards, 7 touchdowns. 2016, 1,496 yards, 8 touchdowns. Receiving, 2015, Barkley had 161 yards, 1 touchdown. And then in 2016, 402 yards on 4 touchdowns. There's a lot more good for him than there is bad. His good, he's really fast. He's great at jumping over people. He's shifty. He hits hard. He always runs north to south. He's very poised, and it never seems like the moment's too big for him. His eyes are always on the end zone. I created this thing earlier today, so I had to jot it down. He's a hard speed runner. Usually you're fast or you're a hard runner. He is both. And he makes good decisions, keeps his feet moving, and he's a legitimate threat every time he touches the ball to take it to the end zone. The bad, he jukes too much, and he's injury prone.
The juking is one thing I've noticed. He's very crafty. Best way I can say about him is he runs with grit. That kid is always trying to run to make a play. He's always trying to do something. Sometimes that backfires on him because sometimes he might be overthinking it to try and do more than he should, and it slows and impedes him at times with his cuts. But that being said, one cut moves. If he's got a hole, you forget about it.
Or if he has
Gone.
someone smaller than him to run over.
Yeah, that and the other thing I noticed about him is he jumps a lot, and he opens himself up to those hits. If he can stop jumping, that's the one thing I noticed in his highlight film. He's jumping when there's not even defenders in front of him just to jump over the end zone line. I don't know why he's doing that, but if he keeps jumping over defenders,
that's a good way to get.
One bad hit and you're...
Yeah, it's not like Ezekiel Elliott who did it twice, or Lamar Jackson who did it twice.
No, he looks like he's trying to jump
twice
over
a game.
Yeah, like he's looking for like that highlight reel play. Yeah, it's like sometimes
I don't think he's looking for the highlight reel play. I think he just thinks this is the best course of action.
And somebody's got to tell him you can get really hurt that way. With someone with his history of injury, I'd be worried about it.
I am. So that leaves us with Mr. JT Barrett. 2014 was his best season, his rookie or freshman year. 2,834 passing yards, 34 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Incredible touchdown to interception ratio. A lot of touchdowns. 2015, 992 passing yards, 11 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Huge drop off.
He was injured after the second game, I believe.
It said he played in 11 games.
Oh, I don't think he did.
The thing that I was looking at.
Maybe he did. Well, no, that would make sense. Yeah, because they were riding the back of Ezekiel Elliott that year. No wonder they didn't need him.
2016, 2,555 yards.
Furthermore, Braxton Miller was also playing quarterback during that time.
No, Braxton Miller did not.
Sure?
Braxton Miller got hurt at the end of 13.
JT Barrett comes in, then somebody else came in, and then Cordell Jones came in.
And then Braxton Miller got moved to wide receiver.
Yeah, who cares?
So, anyways.
Braxton Miller's on the Texans or something like that.
Yeah. Anyways, 2016, 2,555 yards, 24 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Rushing in 2014, 938 yards, 11 touchdowns. 2015, 682 yards, 11 touchdowns. 2016, 845 yards, 9 touchdowns. Now, 2014 stats were incredible. Other than that, I'm not too impressed.
I mean, those numbers on any team in the country, anyone will take them. Out of your quarterback. I mean, with the exception of the 2015 year. That's an exception to the rule. I don't think that's the norm.
I mean, I don't know. I think I'd still take Trace McSorley with the yardage and all that.
Okay. Trace McSorley's clearly not the dual threat that JT Barrett is.
All right. He had almost 400 rushing yards one year. It's not horrible for someone who's the throw first.
No, it's not, but you're also talking about a guy throughout his career with 31 rushing touchdowns. How many does McSorley have?
McSorley has 7.
Okay, so you multiply that by 3, that's 21. That's still 10 shy.
Okay. The argument that I'm making is that I think he'd be a better running back than a quarterback.
Maybe, but he's also got a better percentage for completion than Trace McSorley. McSorley last year finished with 58%. If you look at JT Barrett every year, 64, 63, 62. That's over 60% of your passes. That's still better than 58.